So ordinarily, when I do one of these, I regale you with all the wonders of whatever games I'm showing you and tell you all about how great they are, like I did with Lunar and the others. But when it's games I've never played before and I've tried my best to avoid spoilers on, I can't really do that. So instead, I'm going to have to trust you all to figure out what these are. I'll tell you what little I do know, though. First up, we have Dark Sun: The Shattered Lands. This is a classic D&D setting. I've always been interested in the Dark Sun campaign setting, and while I don't know much about this game in particular, it predates Baldur's Gate. The company that held the license before BioWare got it, they made a bunch of D&D games using this engine that they made, and yeah, Ball reports this one's pretty good. The Dark Sun campaign setting in particular is basically a terrible, horrible wasteland where everybody is really strong and possibly psychic, and they're fighting over any muddy puddle or just any resource they can find because, well, survival is harsh and there's just not enough to go around. It's a cool sounding setting. It used to be a big setting like Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk and stuff, but it's kind of fallen off the radar since it wasn't converted to 3rd edition and up. Or maybe it has been converted by now, I don't know. Anyway, I'm very interested in it, and it could be a cool game. Next up we have System Shock. You probably heard of BioShock, and you definitely heard of Dead Space. And you've probably heard of GLaDOS if you've ever been on the internet. These are things that I usually hear credited towards the System Shock series, which was only 2 games. System Shock and System Shock 2. I understand that the original game is more complex and deeper than BioShock or Dead Space, and I usually hear GLaDOS as being like a villain called Shodyne. I'm not sure if that's from System Shock 1 or System Shock 2, though. That might be a System Shock 2 thing. I'm not entirely clear, but it should be a immersive sim RPG kind of thing where you're on a spaceship or something, I think. Look, I don't know. I'm trying to avoid spoilers here. This is what I know going in, if this one is picked. I believe it started the trend of having audio logs. But I could be wrong about that, too. Shit, I don't know. You'll be alone in a spooky ship, and there's probably an evil AI and some kind of horrible flesh monster thing, too, or something. Maybe a collective hive mind. I don't know. As I said, you guys are going to have to figure out whether or not which one I should pick. Many of you probably recognize these, and if you haven't, look into them. And don't post major spoilers, please. The final one is Deus Ex. Now, I actually have played a Deus Ex game. When they rebooted it with Adam Jensen, Human Revolution, I only played the first one. I know they've made sequels to that now, but I haven't played the original. And I actually really liked Human Revolution. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Again, this game is going to be complex with tons of skills and abilities, and I don't even know if it's a stealth game. I think it's more of just like okay, there's a bunch of situations, terrible, difficult missions with probably a lot of cyborgs in them. It's cyberpunk. It's very cyberpunk. I know that. Approach them any way you want. Just build whatever you want. Put points wherever you want. Oh, did you put points into that skill? That one's never going to be used all game, fool. I'm expecting that kind of shit. You know. But I could be wrong. I have heard before on mentions of Deus Ex with, you know, oh yes, you needed this obscure skill over here to get past this area. I don't know whether or not that's true, but I've heard people mention things like that. So, you know. Anyway, all these are classic. I think actually the D&D one is the oldest of the three. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we can check dates and find out. I could be mistaken, but they're all three games that I have been meaning to play. They've been on my I need to play these forever. I need to play all of them, but time is finite. So for today, well, for next week, we will pick one of these, and you've got like 2 days to vote. So pick whichever one tickles your fancy. The box art is probably not representative of the actual experiences you'll have within the game. I mean, I don't know, maybe Deus Ex is just 6 hours staring at an alien abduction in progress. But I doubt it. Pretty sure it's not. Alright, that's all! Pick one of the three. Please don't vote for things that aren't one of these three. I'm going to come up with something that will allow for... I'm going to make a grand list of all the games that I'm meaning to play or replay, and I'm going to make different ways of handling these vote videos, as well as just occasionally picking a game because I feel like it, without a vote. Just like, I feel like playing this today. That'll still continue to happen forever. But, you know, for now, these are the picks.